This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so Diddy lawyer says there is nothing else they can do. They've exhausted every option. They'll continue to fight for bail here and there, but it probably won't happen. They say Diddy is refusing to eat because he feels like someone might poison him. Maybe. I don't know. Like anything's possible, honestly. And then his kids are, obviously sad that he's not there. And honestly, you got to think about this. Like, Diddy was so reckless with certain things. I can't really see. It's really the abusing a women thing that I think you should be indicted for, right? And possibly blackmailing people, right? They're going into the details, the freak offs and everything. Were those really all illegal? That's my question. And they haven't charged him with the weapons yet. They just listed everything that they'll probably bring charges against later. They've only done a few charges, and they've done the freak offs as trafficking, right? So I'm gonna tell you something. The Southern District of New York, right, has been abusing their office for sure. I'm not saying everything's bad, but there's I think it's the DA that's the same DA? I guess so. They just bring up a bunch of charges, and Diddy possibly could beat this. Not all of it, some of it. I don't think he's going to do no life. He's going to do a few years, though. And by the time the trial's over, he would have done 2 or 3 years. And he's going to have a bunch of civil suits, and he's going to be a lot poorer by the end of this, too. Because it's not just the criminal lawsuit. And I really believe, I'm going to be honest, I really believe that the blackmailing, right? So the tapes and everything, he just, like I said, made the wrong people mad, right? And had him in a compromising position to try to negotiate something for himself. And that's kind of backfired, obviously, on him. It triggered a HSI investigation, which led to a handoff to the feds to prosecute. So that's kind of what's going on now. Drake's putting out, things in a story. I never hung out with these idiots after work ever. I had fashion friends. Okay, Drake knows he's under the microscope, especially after all the diss records from Kendrick Lamar highlighting certain behavior. I don't think he's going to go down. I think a lot of people are going to start going down for stuff that they did. And we'll just see how things unfold. Like, I would not be surprised in the Yo Gotti Dolph beef, right? Big Jook put $100K on Dolph's head and Dolph passed. Meanwhile, every other attempt on Dolph was directly, this is even directly from Yo Gotti. If you say Big Jook is guilty of putting up $100K, right? If they could prove that in court, and then that links Yo Gotti to 4, and the 4th attempt was successful, right? Then you'll see possibly a federal investigation on Gotti. I already think there is one, to be honest with you, and that's just a rumor. And from the information we have, every other attempt, the person was let go. Even an open attempt in L.A. on Dolph, the guy was let go. Usually when they start letting people go, there's a bigger investigation. They'll probably try to get Gotti with a RICO at one point. I would not be surprised. I don't wish that on him, but his actions would have brought that on himself, not me wishing, Little Romeo says it'll be hard for people to forgive Diddy. And the people aren't going to forgive Diddy. That's not going to happen. Somehow Lil Durk got his record expunged. Says everybody gets a second chance. Should get a second chance at life. Everybody? Even Killa? It's about what you do with it. And then he says, Alhamdulillah. My background wiped and clean of all cases. Clean of all cases. I ain't a felon anymore. Who would have thought? I want to thank everyone who helped my vision forward. This is almost impossible. Okay? He's definitely down with Jay-Z. We know that, right? I don't think he signed to Roc Nation, but he's affiliated. Remember when he was like being publicly seen with the mayor and everything? That's government stuff, right? And the governor can communicate. So if he's helping politics at the moment, right, and using his influence for politics, maybe they'll be like, we'll expunge your record. They can do that. They can do that in the state because he never got any Fed charges, which would have been the president having to do it. He got state charges, right? Now in Atlanta, he was clearly in a drive-by and got off on that after King Von died. And I'm still assuming they placed the blame on Von. It wasn't just a easy case to beat. You can't even make this stuff up, bro. So, hey, he beat the system. So kudos to Lil Durk. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying a little spooky. Some people were favored. Your relationship, it shows you relationships matter, right? Academic shades Ryan Clark for fanning over Jay-Z. Yeah, that was weird. He was like, Jay-Z was floated. He didn't even walk. Like, Jay-Z's not Prince, bro. And that's even weird to say Prince is floating around, These people are just regular human beings that are talented, Like, come on. Well, this girl Yailin, or whatever her name is, she's not even that big of an artist, right? Yailin, what's her name? She's big because she's she's Annual AA's baby mom, Tekashi's ex, and those two things boosted her up. But she had this public feud with Tekashi, right? Where she broke his cars and everything, and supposedly he put hands on her. He released a sexual tape of her publicly. Nasty stuff, So she signed with Roc Nation, and now they're taking him down, filing a $1 million revenge case against Tekashi. He stole from her, all this other stuff. I don't know. Nobody likes Tekashi anyways anymore, so he screwed himself in this one. We already knew how this was going to end, So, yeah, but Roc Nation has a lot of power. It's kind of scary. T.I. and Tiny and OMG Girls win massive $71 million jury award at OMG Girls infringement appropriation trial against LOL Surprise doll maker MGA Entertainment. So I wonder if they're going to get the whole 70. Sometimes these companies find a way out of it. Like they'll we're going to appeal it, and they put it in court again. This is T.I. and Tiny. So they win $71 million jury award. And then $18 million in real damages, $53 million in punitive damages. Now, usually, the lawyer takes about 30-40%, so they'll get the rest. And then I'm sure it'll go to the OMG Girls. This will be the most money the OMG Girls, I think, made. Right? I don't think they generated this much selling music. But their likeness was taken. OMG Girls. Let's see. The OMG Girls. Oh, yeah, this is the most money they've ever made. They don't have no streams, dude. Let's see. Gucci this, Gucci that. 1 million. Where the boys at? 2 million streams. Oh, this group was a dud. Monthly listeners, 16,000. Oh, they came up. Good for them. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, They work their magic. Now they got to work. They're working their magic with their little. They had their own little parties like Diddy, T.I. and Tiny. Nobody brings that up too anymore, right? They had some weird parties too. Lil Durk is going to be on a spinoff of Power. I think this is the last Power book, right? Anyways, and Jason Lee's exposing artists who aren't speaking out that were at them Diddy parties. Yeah. You invited the press. That's what happens. 50 Cent's going to keep tormenting Diddy. That's for sure. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.